Hey, what's up YouTube? Doing this little tutorial video to teach people how to print inserts, CD inserts. If you don't know what a CD insert is, first of all, this case is called a jewel case. It's a slim jewel case. There are two types of jewel cases. They're the thick ones, and the thick ones just have a extra panel in the back where you can put artwork. The slim jewel cases, they only have a front space where you could put these CD inserts. These are CD inserts, and this is what I'm going to be teaching you guys how to print. This one is UV coated. That gloss on it is the UV coated varnish that they put on it. You're not going to be able to add UV coating to the ones that I'm doing. Well, you could add it to it, but you don't have the machines. They don't sell a consumer UV coating machine. So keep that in mind. The ones that I'm going to be printing out are going to be like satin or matte finish. So yeah, this tutorial is going to teach you guys how to print out some inserts. Alright, the first thing I would recommend you guys getting is a color laser printer. Here's a Brother color laser printer. It's excellent for printing the heavy cardstock that we're going to be using. The paper that I'm using to print these inserts is going to be the Digital Color Elite by Xerox. Here it is, 8.5 by 11, 80 pound, 210 grams per whatever that is. You can find this on Amazon. Let me get a clear shot. Hopefully it's in focus. Let me focus. There we go. There we go. Alright, so this is the paper that we're going to be using. It's thicker than regular paper, but it's not as thick as this. This is cool. It's thick. This is what this laser printer can handle. Not a lot of printers can handle heavy cardstock. That's why I recommend this printer. They can handle this, and it's pretty close to how heavy that is. So let's go over to the computer and I'll show you what we need. I'm gonna put the model number for the printer in the description below so that you could click on it on Amazon and purchase it if you want to do that. See if I could focus. This is Photoshop. It's a photo editing program. Basically, you're gonna need this to print out your images. This is a template that I created. Hopefully you guys could see it. Yeah. So basically what I'm doing is I'm fitting two inserts on one 8.5 by 11-inch sheet of paper. So basically what I do, this custom template right here, I'm gonna have a link in the description so you could download it. Here's my image. That's gonna be the front side of the insert, and again there are two of them, so it's taking up the whole space. That's the front and that's the back. So yeah, we print them at different times. So basically, once you get this template, like again I said, I'll have it on the website you could download. Once you get the template, you bring your images in. So you'll do the front. What I'll do is I usually print the front side first and then the back side later. They have the cut lines up here, so when you go to cut these, you'll be able to see the lines. You want to cut on the red line, on this line here. You'll cut down. So keep in mind that anything inside the red is safe. Anything outside the red line is gonna be, could potentially be chopped off. So keep all your important information inside of the red. Alright. And again, that's just the layer. The template is just the layer in which you could turn on and off. So let me see if I can get it to focus. Sorry about the focus. My shit don't do autofocus. My camera doesn't do autofocus. So that's focus. So template on, template off. So you can see the cut lines. Template on, cut. Alright. So the template helps you to determine how you're going to cut the thing out. So once you have your image lined up, a CD insert is roughly 4.75 by 4.75 inches. Basically it's nothing special. You just line it up with the template, hit print, and then watch it print. The tricky part is when you go to print the opposite side, the back side of the insert. A lot of printers don't have optical eyes. Optical eye is something that's going to read the registration mark, which is the red and the blue line, and it's going to enable the printer to line up the image. Duplex printing. Duplex printing is basically just printing on two sides of a sheet of paper at once. Basically, it'll print out one side, it'll suck it back in, and print the other side. A lot of printers are not good at accurately duplexing perfectly, meaning you'll print one side and then you'll go to print another side, but the image won't line up. Photoshop is good because when you go to print something, what you can do is basically shift the image. So if one side is printed and you try to print on the other side and it doesn't line up, you could go ahead and nudge it to the left, nudge it to the right, or nudge it up or down. You know, after you do a couple test prints, you should be able to line it up precisely. So I'm just gonna show you what I do when I print some inserts. Give me a second. So basically what I do is I have the image in Photoshop. I have the template layer on to make sure everything is lined up the way it's supposed to be. The template layer, you usually don't have to print it when you're printing the image. The template is just to line it up. Once you have everything lined up, then you'll go ahead and turn off the template layer. You always want to do a test print of just one sheet before you print like 200. So I'll just go into the printer settings. This is always going to be different from printer to printer, so if you're not using my particular printer, it's going to be a little bit different. So I apply the settings in which I want, hit center, hit print, and then we watch it print. Alright, so this is what the image looks like after it's been printed from the printer. It looks pretty good. Like I said, always do a test print before you go ahead and do like 100 prints to make sure you have the color right. This is the CD, so looking at this and then looking at that, I just made sure that the colors, the hue, saturation, everything was good before you go ahead and hit the button to do the big number of prints. One sheet holds 2 inserts, so what I'm gonna do is print 50 more of these, and then after that I'll go ahead and line it up and I'll print 50 more to make 100 in total. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and print out 50 of these, then I'm gonna go ahead and flip the paper around, put it in the printer, and then print the other side. Alright, so basically what the printer is doing now, it's printing 50 of the same thing over and over again. And the good thing about laser printers are that the ink is not going to get smudged, so it's going to hold up to moisture a lot better than inkjet printers, and it prints quicker than inkjet printers. So if you have to print about 200 of these, it's only going to take you about 5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes with this printer. If you're doing the same amount of prints with an inkjet printer, it's going to take a lot longer because the print head has to go across the paper and spray ink. This is pretty almost instantaneous, so to print 50 of these is only going to take about a minute. So we'll let that run, and then I'll show you the other side. So once the images have been printed, here's the stack. They're all the same. So yeah, like I said, this is the front. What we're gonna do is flip them over and do the back. Now this printer does offer duplex printing, meaning that it'll print one side, suck it back in the top, and print the other side, but you can't do that with Photoshop. You could do this with Adobe PDF, Acrobat PDF Pro, but it doesn't give you the option to adjust the image left, right, up, and down. if you just print the image on the other side of the paper, it's not going to line up exactly. So when you go to cut, it's going to be off. The good thing with Photoshop, like I said, it allows you to adjust the registration up, down, left, right. So before you go ahead and print the other side, again, you always want to do a test print. So if the image, when it prints now, is off to the left a little bit, in Photoshop you can move it to the right, you can move it down, whichever way you want, to get it to line up perfectly. So I'm gonna go into Photoshop and do a test print and see what happens. So now we're in Photoshop. This was the first side. We're gonna delete or hide that layer, and we're gonna bring up the back. So this is the back. So we're gonna print one copy and see what happens. I'm not sure if you could see, but basically what I can do is move the image around. I can take the image and move it around. This is the paper. So on the other side is the front, this side is the back. If it comes out printed a little bit to the left, I can move it to the right. So let's just center it again and do a test print and see what happens. Alright, so this is the other side of the insert. See the insert? See, this is the front, this is the back. When I hold this up to the light, I shouldn't see any white spaces around the edges, the borders. If you do, you'll be able to look through it basically and see that this image is actually printed over to the right a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and go in Photoshop and move this to the left since it's over too much on the right. Again, you're gonna have to play with your printer and just learn the printer, see how it prints, see how it performs before you actually go into full production. Yeah, just spend time with your printer, know the settings, let's get it right. Basically what I'm gonna do now is just edit this in Photoshop. I'll move it over to the left, do another test print, and hopefully it lines up. Have it, almost the final product. Front, back, the images line up perfectly. The next step is to take the stack and to cut it. Alright, so I'm going to show you how I cut it. This is my stack paper cutter. With this, I can cut about 100 sheets at once. Heavy cardstock. So, before I really cut all of them at one time, I'll just take one and do a test cut just to make sure everything lines up, because you don't want to cut everything that you just printed and it's all for bad. So always just do test prints, test cuts before you do everything at once. So I'm going to do a test cut and we'll see what happens. Hopefully it lines up. So we just did our test cut. Everything looks good. That's the back, that's the front, and this is the final product. The customer wants them in this plastic sleeve. This is the plastic sleeve, so you put the CD in it, whichever way you want. Put the insert in there, like so, and bada bing, bada boom, bada dum. That's the finished product. Yeah, that's it. If you guys have any questions, just comment, rate, subscribe.